Peace. Welcome to the YouTube live book reading of Like Sky by Leslie C. Youngblood. Peace, peace. Divine rise and happy Saturday. And welcome to the peaceful part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. So we pick up. Oh, we're getting up there, right? I know. This book is so great. I enjoy reading it, and it's a different type of reading too. That's one of the reasons why I decided to. I'm very precise, and I took my time what I wanted to do with this YouTube channel. And I was like, okay, let me use the principles of healing sound, focused energy, principle of pitch, right? Focused energy vibrates highest. See, and you'll go through other channels and it'll be pretty scattered about in the information and as well as the focus. So they lose focus a lot. Adhering to the principle of healing sound, pitch, focused energy vibrates highest. So you already know what's going to happen when you're coming into this channel, in this peaceful place. You know it's going to be guided, directed energy at a book. And so I don't ever get off track. Right? And it's sustainable. So highest heart love, divine rising, happy Saturday, and welcome to your live book reading of Love Like Sky. We are now in the chapter 9. And thank you so much for the likes and subs. Here we go. Page 82 is where we pick up at. If you're going, I'm going too. Love Like Sky. I'm your moderator and narrator, master fitness trainer, Uriel Riley. Here we go. Page 82. If you're going, I'm going too. After Peaches had been in the hospital 3 full days, Mama woke me up in the morning smiling like those old-timey TV mamas. Her hair up in a ponytail, sprouted gray strands like cat whiskers. The skin underneath her eyes was sagging more than the time she stayed up all night studying for her insurance exam. I talked to Nikki's mom, and I'm taking you over there for a while. The doctor still won't let me see Peaches? I asked, though I knew the answer. Not yet, baby. But it's not good for you to be cooped up here by yourself. Isn't she getting better? Mama looked down and sighed. She is. The final lab results confirm it's a more serious type of meningitis than they first thought, though. Since she's so young, the doctors are being extra cautious. We need to continue to pray that she'll be home soon, okay? Yes, ma'am. She clapped her hands like that gave her energy to talk. Now, about this running off the other day, I knew that was all Mama was going to say about Peaches then. Bad idea? Huh. You can say that again. I deserved any punishment, she dished out. Whether you're here or with your daddy, you know better than to disobey either one of us like that. And that includes Frank, she sighed. Millicent, too. I shouldn't have snuck out, I said before sniffles took over. Your daddy and I think you've learned your lesson here, right? I nodded into the pillow. She rubbed my arm and it soothed my chill bumps. Get dressed and come downstairs. Mama stood and walked toward the door. Before she opened it, Frank's and Tangie's voices exploded in the hall. If you want to participate in any protest, that's all fine and good. But just like before, I'm going to be there with you, Frank said sternly. But I should be able to do stuff like this on my own. A lot of other high school kids are going to be there, she shouted. Oh, good for them. They are. You're not. Not without me, anyways. Mm, I'm not a baby. I know this is all about Marshall. The answer is no. It's only 3 years, Daddy. You were 7 years older than Mom, and who knows how much older than your new wife? Mm. This isn't about me and your mother or me and Katrina. This is about me letting you put yourself in harm's way and about a boy who kept you out way past your curfew, probably at some frat party. It wasn't a frat party. He's not even into that. I told you what happened. End of discussion. I hate you. You make me sick. I sucked my breath, hoping Tangy didn't get smacked too hard. Mama put her hand to her mouth, but there was only silence as Tangy just stomped the rest of the way up the stairs and slammed her door. After a few moments, Mama asked, "Think it's safe to go out now?" She tried to smile again, but she couldn't make her lips to do it all the way. That was a doozy, Mama said. A double doozy, I wondered what Tangi was up to. It didn't seem like Marshall wanted her to tell Frank about the protest for Roderick Thomas. Was that even the one she was talking about? I couldn't think about that now. My thoughts immediately went back to Peaches. I had to figure out a way to see her so I could fix things like only her big sister could. Less than an hour later, we were in front of Nikki's. Mama parked the car, and Nikki and Tammy came running up. "Hello, Mrs. Matthews," they said. Neither remembered that Matthews was her old name, not Frank's last name, which is Goldman. I like that Mama didn't correct them. "Hello, girls," Nikki, where's your mom?" Nikki pushed her bangs out of her eyes, and the rest of her hair was in ponytails with the back loose. "She's in the kitchen." I looked around to make sure I didn't see Lucinda Hightower walking around in perfectly ironed summer clothes and with her nose tooted up. I wasn't in the mood to hear her bad mouthing Tammy or watching Nikki acting like a minion. As soon as Mama stepped on the porch, Nikki's mom, who I called Mrs. Cora, opened the door. The sun made her reddish brown hair shine like a fireball. Tammy picked up the jump ropes. "We can double dutch now." "You can jump first, Georgie," Nikki said, and she'd never said before in her whole entire life, which she had never said before in her whole entire life. Miss Cora and Mama were still in the doorway, hugging each other and rocking. Mama tried to keep her cries quiet, but her shoulders shook like they were pumping out these tears. "Did you hear me?" Nikki said, her attitude popping with her gum. "I'm not hard of hearing," I said. "One, two, three." I jumped into the middle of the ropes as soon as they were under my feet. I felt better than I had since Peaches had gotten sick. The sidewalk was a trampoline that made me spring higher than I ever had before. But after the fifth routine, the sadness just dusted itself right off. I felt even worse for trying to have fun while Peaches was stuck in that hospital bed. And the way Mama cried to Miss Cora Peaches couldn't be getting better. As I thought about that, the rope tangled at my feet. "Why you stopping?" Nikki asked. Short of breath, she turned around and used her inhaler. Tammy slapped her palms against her knees. "I don't care why, 'cause I'm ready for a break. I got a freeze pops at my house. My mama's not home. We could get three apiece. Nikki rolled her eyes. You want our lips to freeze off? Fine. Two then, Tammy said. Tammy rebraided the ends of her hair. Ever since I've known her, two cornrows on each side of her head was her only hairstyle, even on picture day. The thing with Mama was that she couldn't do hair either, but when she did, she tried different styles. I'd close my eyes and hope for the best. Nobody is good at everything. Come on, Georgie, and Nikki said. My mom don't mind if I go to Tammy's without asking. Tammy, well, my mama is still in there, so I gotta ask. You spending the night with me? That means you get to do what I do. Spending the night was news to me, but I didn't want to tell her about the mess I had made when I snuck over. Wait right here, I said. The side door is open. Go in that way so you don't mess up the living room carpet. Javon made me do all his vacuuming this morning. Got it, I said as I cut across the lawn. I opened the door and walked up a few stairs, but before I could announce myself, I heard Mama. The hardest part, Cora, was when I wasn't able to be in the room with her when they were doing all the testing. Before they put her under, I could hear her crying for me. They don't know when she can come home. My mother had to beg me to come home to change. I just don't want G Baby sitting in that room missing Peaches. That's understandable, Trina. She can stay here as long as you need. Thank you. That will help out. So much going on at once. Frank and Tangy at each other's throats. Can't talk to George a second without biting his head off. He understands, Trina. It's just stress. She'd been admitted before he thought to call me. What sense does that make? If Mama is mad at Daddy, I know she's just as mad at me. Cora, Mama's voice sounded as tiny as Peach's. Cora, what if? Don't even finish that line. Like we already talked about last night. If she needs a transfusion, we'll cross that bridge then. Her vitals, Mama said and sniffled. They're so weak. I've been reading up on it, Cora. It's possible. Transfusion? Mama didn't have to finish it. I could. What if Peaches can't get a transfusion and she dies? That's what Mama was going to say. I knew it. Nobody needs a transfusion when they are getting better. I bit my lip to keep my teeth from chattering, slipped quietly out the door, then took off running. I ran faster, trying to see how fast I could go. And the more my knees and arms pumped and the wind whipped across my face, the faster I ran. Mama was fibbing about everything. Peaches wasn't getting better at all. We could lose Peaches forever, and it was all my fault. Wait up! I couldn't tell if the voice was Nikki's or Tammy's. I didn't know where I was going, but it had to be a place where I could go to figure out what to do. Then a rock underneath my foot sent me flying like a kite. All I felt was wind and sunshine. I wished I could sail through the air forever. Even when I tumbled to the ground and the sharp pain and skinned knee didn't stop my mind from racing. How to get to Peaches. How to save Peaches. Oh no! Nikki rode up. You okay, Georgie? She said, getting off her bike. I'll go get your mom, Tammy said. No, that's the last thing I want. I looked down at my bright red blood on my knee. Mama didn't let me watch those hospital TV shows on Netflix, but I saw one episode of Grey Anatomy at Grandma Sugar's. I watched all the way to the end, and now I was glad I did. The patient was getting weaker no matter how much medicine they gave her. And just like Peaches, she needed a blood transfusion, but the doctors couldn't find anyone with the right kind of cells or something in their blood. She almost died. Maybe they couldn't find the right kind of blood for Peaches. We were sisters, so we had the same blood. I had to get down to the hospital to tell the doctors to use my blood. Mama was fibbing to me about Peaches. I had to get back to the hospital on my own. Nikki searched a fuzzy, juicy couture purse. Hertz searched a fuzzy, juicy couture purse on her handlebars and pulled out her inhaler. Can you make it to Tammy's? Yeah, I should, and stood up, which took forever because I was trying not to bend my knee so it wouldn't bleed anymore. Needed to save every drop. Tammy ran ahead of us. I held on Nikki's handlebars like a crutch as we both walked beside her bike. Where did you get that purse? It looks familiar, I said, and tried not to roll my eyes. Javon took me to the mall with his girlfriend, and I bought it. It's not exactly the same as Lulu's, if that's what you're thinking. Didn't she tell you not to call her that? No, she told Tammy, then you, not me, 'cause we're friends. She was over here earlier watching videos. Whatever. A few minutes later, Nikki leaned her bike against Tammy's steps, looped the purse across her chest, then helped me onto the porch. Tammy burst out the screen door holding a bottle of rubbing alcohol, cotton balls, band-aids, and a handful of freeze pops. I reached for the alcohol. Nikki took a cherry freeze pop and started reading the ingredients on the back. Then she tore it open. Lucinda said I should watch how much sugar I take in each day to help with my flexibility. Oh, stop acting like she's Simone Biles. You didn't hear how mean she was to Tammy? She was just teasing. Give me the orange and grape, please, I said. It took Tammy forever to decide what flavors she wanted. As I dabbed the alcohol on my knee, I talk about Lucinda Hightower out of my head and focused on the way to get to Peaches. I didn't understand how the transfusion would work, but I was sure it involved a lot of tubes and needles. The hardest part would be getting there. Since Tammy's mama worked for Marta, maybe Tammy knew what bus to catch. Even as I thought about that, Mama's words from this morning echoed in my thoughts. I was risking getting in trouble bigger than I'd ever known. She might let me skate once, but twice? No way. You going to tell us what made you run like a lunatic? Asked. Nikki asked. You don't even know what a lunatic is, I said as I secured the band-aid on my knee. Do so, Nikki shot back. What is it then? I said. She bugged her eyes at me. Somebody who runs out the house like you did. Are you going to spill it or what? Nah, not right now. I opened my freeze pop and sucked on it hard, so hard my eyes shut for a second. Nikki put her hands on her hips. You better spill it tonight. Tammy jumped in. I want to know too. She don't have to tell you, Nikki said. She ain't your best friend. So what? That don't mean she's not my friend and I can't know. Paying them no mind, I kept sucking on the pop until my lips were numb. I was so busy tuning Nikki and Tammy out that I hadn't even noticed when they both stopped talking. At Sweet Apple Elementary School cafeteria, they never shut up. Well, unless something out of the ordinary was happening, like Hightower and her crew sat at our table, which only happened twice. Once when Lucinda's table was used to display the science projects, and the other when Lucinda was on the outs with her best friend, Sandy Franklin, the second most popular girl in school. Nikki elbowed me. Ooh, somebody's got company. When I glanced up, there was kept back Kevin Jenkins riding his bike straight toward us. I waved to him, not caring if my lips were purple. Ooh, look at you waving. You like him too, Nikki said. I don't. After skidding to a stop in front of Tammy's gate, Kevin said, Thought you lived out in the country now. I'm visiting, I said. All weekend? Yes, Nikki said. Nikki pushed my shoulder and whispered, Go up there, geesh. I was going, I said, and limped over to him. He smelled like peanut butter. There was a circle shaped band aid under his chin that looked like a tiny beard. Before I spoke, he said, Messed up knee, huh? It's not that bad. What happened to you? Tripped. Sister still sick? Meningitis, I said. The word made us quiet, like a teacher was in front of us. Hey, can I go riding with you? I said. Handlebars? Or you got a bike here? I shot a glance over my shoulder at Nikki and Tammy, who were on the steps giggling. Nikki, can I ride your bike? This bike? I don't see another one, do you? No can do, but you can ride my old bike. It's back at the house. Nikki acted like her bike was painted 24 karat gold. Yeah, okay, let's go get it. My knee was stinging something crazy, but I wasn't going to let that stop me. Skipping past us, the gigglers headed to get the bike. Kevin and I trailed behind. How's your mom? I asked. She's at home, still smoking, always sending me to the neighbors to borrow cigarettes. That's why I'm taking my time. Might even take me till the streetlights come on. She'll worry by then. About her cigarettes, not about me. He spun the bike pedal. It don't matter. Not now, anyway. Have you gotten to see your sister? No, they won't let me. And my mama said she was asking for me. I stopped walking for a minute. Can you help me? What do you need me to do? You know the way to the hospital on your bike. Yeah. Would you take me there? It'll take about an hour, and we'll have to cross some busy streets. Don't know if you can do it with that hurt knee. That doesn't matter. I can do it. Okay, then. He stayed on his bike and let his feet pedal against the concrete. You can get on the handlebars if you want. Even if it stung, I bent my knee so I wouldn't walk like Frankenstein. We're almost there. It's okay, I said. Nikki and Tammy were a few steps in front of us. I couldn't imagine what they'd say if I went speeding past on the handlebars of kept back Kevin Jenkins' bike. When we were close to Nikki's house, she left Tammy and sashayed toward Kevin and me. What's the matter? I said. He best stay back, Nikki said. My dad's here, and he doesn't allow strange boys inside our gate or in front of our house. I faced Kevin. After I get the bike, meet me at the big tree right next to Tammy's. You can't go by yourself with him, Georgie, Nikki said after Kevin left. You want to get both of us grounded for the whole summer? We're y'all riding too anyways, Tammy joined in. He's taking me someplace is all, I said. It can't be to his house, Nikki said. You know I'm not going to a boy's house. Nikki crossed her broomstick arms. Tell me where you're going, or I'm not giving you the bike. He's taking me to the hospital. I told the truth like a dodo bird, thinking she'd know how serious it was. What? You heard me. That's far. Why don't you go on the MARTA? Tammy said. I thought for a second. Your mom works for them. What if she sees us? Oh, yeah. Forgot about that, Tammy said. If you're going, I'm going too, Nikki said. I shook my head. You can't ride that far. Nikki's hand raced to her hip. Because I got asthma? Is that what you finna say? Don't want you getting sick too, I said, remembering the time she had an attack during gym once and I had to leave had to leave in an ambulance. That's what inhalers are for. Thank you very much. You two can go back and forth if you want to. I'm going home, Tammy said. I don't want to get in trouble. Well, you gotta stay inside, Nikki said to Tammy. What for? Uh, do I have to spell out everything? If my mom or dad sees you without us, we're doomed. Tammy squinted, brought her hands up to her hair, and started rebraiding. Yeah, okay, whatever. Then Nikki looked at me the way Peaches would, her eyes wide, waiting for me to say something she wanted to hear. Let's go, I said louder than I needed. I tried to drown out the little voice that comes sometimes when you might be making a big mistake. Mm, mm. Page 95 for the completion of chapter 9 of Love Like Sky by Leslie C. Youngblood. Thank you so much for reading this peaceful part of YouTube, reading books with us. Divine Rising. Happy Saturday. Much love. Wish you have a wonderful day. Getting ready to go do some work and work out and go on the 6 mile run. We are shaking it up on YouTube, reading books. Thank you so much for being here. Peace, love, love. Thank you for the likes and subs. We are pushing towards 700 subs on this beautiful part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. So, once you have a wonderful, excellent day, masters are always going to be mastering, right? That's what we have to do. Master our world, become our soul controller. And reading books is another way we get to shine light out to the world as a light worker. You know, we always want the best for humanity, our friends and family. So that's why we come on here and bring the peace element to YouTube. Thank you so much for helping us push forward towards 700 subs. Let's have a glass of love water in honor to our friends, all the solar returns on this April 11th. So grab some love water. We got some beautiful feathers. We're reading some great books. I have some amazing National Geographics. And I was also reading this book because I read multiple books at a time. Sure, as a lot of you do. Look at this beautiful book. Because I got this book, Love Like Sky, from the library. They're giving away books, and for $5, you could buy a bunch of books. And so that's why you see this cover on it, right? It says Exposition Park Regional Library, Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, 3900 Southwestern Ave, Los Angeles, California. See, right there. Yeah, and I made it mine. I love to grab books out when they're just giving stuff away. And so here's another. Look at this one. This is so great, but beautiful. A book about jazz. Rescued this one too. So been reading this one. So good. So good. Yeah, but beautiful. Another great book. Yeah. I wish you all have a wonderful day. All right, let's have a glass of love water in reverence and honor to our friends and family. Right? I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, that's a great love water. Wonderful batch. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon. Ay, 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 ay. Love, 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 love. You. Sending out some love now. I had pleasure of meeting another wonderful, excellent person at work yesterday. Working late, so got it done. Yeah. We tell our friends and family we love them. Ay, 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 ay. Love, 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 love. You, 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 you. You know, because I love myself. Have a wonderful day. Much love to our friends and family. I will see you soon. Peace, peace.